Nice. On Anzac Day, you've just heard another speech from Jack, who's inspirational at 93, and I suppose it just gets the week off on the right note.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, it's fantastic to hear Jack speak. Look, he's a tremendous man, actually, and love hearing him speak. And look, we're really excited for the week ahead. Coming off a 10-day break, body's freshened up, but always a great occasion on Anzac Day.
And what does it mean to the players to play in it?
Oh, look, it's an amazing honour, great privilege to be able to, I guess, show our respects for those who have fought for our country. Yeah, look, I guess you cannot in any way compare footy to war, but I guess for us to be able to play a small part in showing our respects to those who have fought, I think it's an amazing experience.
A lot of people consider this to be probably the second best game on the calendar behind the grand final. Do the guys who've, like yourself, you've played quite a few of them, do you get around like, guys like Jake Stringer, even Matty Guelphy, these kind of blokes, to try and prepare them for what a massive day it is? Yeah,
look, I think they definitely have a sense and a feeling of how big the occasion is, yeah. And it's something they talk about when they first come to the club, and look, I think they'll embrace the occasion really well. Little things like this today gives them a bit of an extra edge and an insight into what the lead up looks like, and I think they'll embrace it really well. And
probably for the first time in a while, there's not only the occasion, which is huge, but the sides are in pretty good nick.
Yeah, well, no doubt. I think it makes for an awesome game. Both sides coming off some great wins on the weekend. Pies was super in Adelaide, and we had a good one against Port. So she'll be a great game, I reckon.
But both sides have tended to be a bit inconsistent this year. How do you address that on the track?
Yeah, I guess so. I think it's just keeping things level, not wavering throughout the week on your feedback and your meetings and the way you go about your training. It's just keeping that consistent level, and look, we've addressed some issues that came out of our rounds 2 and 3, and I think we put that into play on the weekend, and hopefully we can continue forward next week.
So which Essendon are you? Is that the standard, or are we still a little unsure?
No, of course that's a standard, and we try and hold ourselves accountable to that. And that's the beauty of sport. It's a fluctuation week to week, and you just try and level out that consistency. And I think if we can bridge the gap from our worst to our best, we're going to be a really strong side. So we're building towards that.
With Essendon in particular, it seems to be a bit of a recurring thing. Like last year, for instance, you lose to Carlton Brisbane, but you beat Geelong West Coast, Port Adelaide pretty convincingly. Is it like a long plan to get that consistency, right in a way? Is it a long-term thing?
Yeah, look, it certainly is. It doesn't happen overnight. We've brought in 3 new players in the trade period, and you're building that chemistry with a new look and a new outfit. So that's going to take time. But look, Bulldogs beat us. They played fantastic footy. They nearly stitch up a great side in Sydney on the weekend, so they're in good form. Playing over in Perth is never an easy feat. We played poorly. We're within 3 or 4 goals, so you can look at the positive side of things there as well. And if we play consistent footy for most of the day, we're going to go a good show to winning.
Do you tag Sidebottom?
It's a great call. He's in outstanding form. Look, I think the way we go about our footy, we like to hold our structures around the ball, maybe an accountable role, but we'll see what happens there. We'll weigh that up.
Is James Stewart going to be right to play?
Yeah, from all reports, I haven't heard anything from Jim, so I think he'll have a trot around today and should be cherry ripe.
Carl Hooker, forward or back? Where do you like to see him?
Oh, look, Hooksy, that's a good argument, that one. He's certainly happy to play wherever the team needs him, but I think the emergence of James Stewart when he's up and going, bringing Jakey Stringer in, can be a dangerous forward. That gives us a bit of an opportunity to put Hooksy back as well. So I think wherever it best fits, it may chop and change throughout the year, but I think he was great on the weekend as well.
And how do you assess Joe's season so far?
Oh, look, he's working his butt off to play his best footy, and Joey's one that has a great outlook on footy, I reckon. Nothing fluctuates with him in terms of the way he goes about his training, and certainly been playing his role, and he's looking forward to get back to his best footy.
With Hooker and Stringer, I mean, the game changes so quickly, especially it seems to be modern day, especially. the importance of, I guess, adapting to that? How important is that from, I guess, a coaching perspective as well? Just to sort of keep on top of that with Hooker going back, you guys look so much surer in defence.
Yeah, no doubt. I think, it's a good call. It is that debate of whether to have him forward or back. You know, no doubt if you keep him forward for a few more weeks, he'll bowl up and probably kick 5, and you'll be saying, well, that's a great move. But look, I think he's shown that he can be an all-Australian calibre defender, so we know he can play there. But it's just about finding that best mix, and I think it was fantastic by the coaches it had been in play for a few weeks. He'd been worded up that it may happen, so Hooksy was prepared for that role and adjusted really well.
Just membership tally, 70,000 now. Could you have predicted that coming off sort of the club's darkest hour just a few years ago?
Oh, it's enormous. 70,000. Amazing support from our members. Look, I think if we can put some more good performances together, we should keep charging. So, it's amazing to have 70,000 members though, and their support is huge.
What was the crux of that turnaround of form? Was it something done during the week? Was it driven by the leadership group? Was there a player meeting?
I think it really just comes back to what I've mentioned, is not fluctuating and blaming and whatnot. We had some, I guess you could say, honest conversations and just gave feedback like we would every other week. And I think it was just getting real clarity on some simple things that we were able to do. It was good.
We just heard the last post then. You're going to hear it again on Wednesday. What does that do for you guys, like mindset, when you're hearing that when you're out in the field before you're playing out?
Yeah, look, it's a great experience. I love that part of the day, and I think just being able to get a moment to reflect and it's as soon as it finishes, the crowd erupts and you get that massive buzz through your body and ready to go. So, looking forward to it.
Back onto Joe, did you sort of wheel out the footage of last year when he won the medal and sort of get him going after a bit of a slow start for him?
I certainly don't think you need that. Joey will be ready to go. He'll be up and about and look for a big game.
Just finally, just a quick one. I mean, in recent weeks, your leadership's come under a bit of scrutiny in some quarters. You take note of that, or you just sort of water off a duck's back?
Come under scrutiny? No, nothing that I've noticed, to be honest. No, go about my business the way I do, and all that matters to me is the respect of the boys internally in the club. So no issue.